Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Coffee with T, and I'm T. And y'all know that Mondays are Man Combo Mondays, where we have a man on to share his experience in life as a man, as a male, as a human being. And today I'm extremely excited for my guest because he's the youngest guest we've had thus far. He's a millennial, and y'all know I talk about millennials sometimes because I got a couple of them, well, one of them, and the other one, I don't know what he is yet, but we're going to figure that out. So today, this is hashtag Coffee with T, and I'm T. Today is Men Hurt Too, my series that I've been doing since March. It was only supposed to be for the month of March, but the conversations got so good and the men are so transparent, and it's been helping so many men and so many women, so we want to keep it going. So today I have with me the incredible Mr. Harry Brown. Harry is, this is his bio, and I wanted to read his whole bio because I love this because he's young. Happy birthday. It's his birthday today. He's 25 today. So I have these, bios from the distinguished gentlemen who've been on here. When I read Harry's, I was just so happy. I was like, oh, okay. He said, hello, my name is Harry Brown. I haven't had too long of a life, but I've accomplished a few things thus far. I'm the oldest of 4 children, younger brother and 2 younger sisters. I played football from the time I was 7 years old and all the way to high school. I went to Largo High School where I graduated summa cum laude from the Excel Magnet program and earned a full ride scholarship to play football and study at Florida Institute of Technology. I had a good football career, and in 2018, I graduated with a degree in mechanical engineering and a job to be a project engineer for electrical engineering company lined up as soon as I graduated. After a year and a half of working there, I left the electrical engineering world and entered the civil engineering world. I am now a project engineer working on a major highway expansion project in the Tampa Bay area. Come on, y'all gotta give it up for Harry. Listen, I'm impressed. I'm impressed, Harry. Good morning, Harry.
Good morning. Good morning. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
I had to share that. How are you?
I'm great, Woke up, blessed to be alive. More life. Thank God,
Happy birthday.
Yep. Appreciate it. In my past birthday years, I was in Miami somewhere or out somewhere. But this year, I decided, just stay home, take it easy, just be with friends and family around here, especially with the virus going on. So it's good.
That's awesome that you decided, because listen, let me go, because I was about to talk about millennials, because y'all think y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. So I'm glad that you decided that you're going to stay in and not go, because everything's starting to open now. So there's some stuff that you could be doing, but please, I want you to stay home. But I'm like the mom, I got a 25-year-old myself. So I'm like, stay home, stay home. So he's staying home. So first thing we do when I interview my guys is we talk a little bit about your blueprint, your background. So talk a little bit about how you grew up, about your parents, your mother and your father.
Well, grew up with both my parents, dad Harry Brown, mom Stephanie McNeil, and like you said, I was the first and the oldest out of 4. So they really made sure to raise me to be the model, I guess you would say.
Wow.
Yeah, they just to give some comparison. It was basically a lot more strict with me than it was with the next 3. I could not. I had to be right.
I love it.
Yeah, I had to be right, but I definitely thank them for it because I wouldn't be who I am today or where I'm at today without that type of stringency, and it definitely taught me, self-discipline and being able to handle your business. That's the biggest thing, because being the oldest, it's like a 5.5-year gap between me and my brother, which is the second oldest. So I definitely had to make sure I took care of my business and just basically be a good role model for them, because whatever they see me do, they're gonna see it as it's acceptable.
Wow.
So yeah, I had to definitely make sure.
I like that you said they made me to be the model. Whoa, that's a lot of pressure. So is that a lot of pressure?
I guess you could call it pressure, but you know, I didn't really see it or feel it as pressure, I would say. Because I mean, I was just doing what I had to do, and it definitely has helped me in some different occasions where, you know, I had to think about them. You know, they kept me grounded because it's like I can't go off and do whatever because if I get caught doing this, then what I'm gonna look like to them? Like, you know what I mean? So definitely was a safety net or a check, I guess you could say.
I love that. It made you responsible. That's a
Yeah.
good thing. Yeah. Because some of us, we have older brothers and sisters that just didn't care. They like, yo, I am not your mother or your father. And I am, and like the celebrities say, right? I'm not a role model. But it
Yeah.
instilled in you to be a leader and to be aware of what you're doing because you're setting a benchmark for 3 people underneath you. So
Facts, yep.
about being a black man, a young black man. So all the other guys were a little older than you. They were kind of seasoned. So this is my first millennial, and I don't, you know, I have a son who's 25, and he has a lot of pressure. He feels like he has a lot of pressure. So I'm not sure why, but he does. So are younger black men struggling to cope in society, and are you guys being supported properly?
To cope in society, how you mean?
Are
With it?
as far as what's expected of you, or should I say lack thereof, because a lot of people just expect y'all to fail.
Yeah. Nah, most definitely. I would say as a whole, I would say the black men are struggling to cope in society because the image that's been painted of us, we supposed to be lit, we supposed to be out, we supposed to have all the girls, we supposed to, you know, get money, fast money, all that. But I mean, if you really, you know, talk to someone or talk to a black man and ask them, why? Like, why do you want all these girls? Why you want all this money? I mean, of course, everybody want money, but why you want to be lit all the time? I guarantee you, nobody will have an answer. Like, I don't know. That's just the way it's supposed to be. I mean, because we don't control the media, but the ones who do control the media, that's what they say we're supposed to do, and that's what we follow. Because I mean, I was fortunate enough and blessed enough to have my father with me, and still do. But a lot don't. A giant percentage of the black population does not have a father grown up with them to raise them. So, I mean, all they doing is what they see on TV. And
Wow.
what's the music videos, all that stuff. So I mean, nah. And I guarantee you, I'd go out a limb and bet that a lot of these boys that's out here doing whatever, they probably don't even really want to be doing it.
Right.
They probably don't even really want to do it. Like, they're just doing it just because that's what their homeboys do. That's what they last homeboys did. And what else is there to do? Because nobody's showing them that there's more to life.
Oh, whoa, that's powerful. So nobody's showing at them that there's more to life. So I just said, are you guys being supported properly? So that would be a no. So what does that support look like?
Support could be, you know, many different things. I mean, support could be, you know, just another black man who can show them that there's more than life. Support could be a black woman who can show them, you know. I mean, it's not just men. I mean, it's all of us. I mean, not even just black. I mean, whoever.
Right.
Anybody. I mean, race really doesn't even matter. But just to keep it personal, that's why I say that. But I mean, it's just anybody to show somebody else a better way, somebody that can show them that there's more out there, somebody to inspire. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
that's, I mean, and to be there, because, you know, I mean, if you go and take a poll, I guarantee you there'll be a small percentage of black men that say, yes, I have somebody that I could confide in. Because society tells us we got to be hard. And crying is not hard. So if you crying, you weak. So I mean, and I don't know.
That is eye opening, because we are thinking, as an older generation, we're thinking that we're doing better supporting, because you just said, I guarantee you, if you ask a young Black man a question, he thinks that crying is not okay. He thinks that being vulnerable is not okay. I thought that was just the older Black men who thought that.
It's it's definitely still goes on today in this generation. Because I mean, I don't know, maybe it's a combination of things, because maybe it's because, that's what society says, and it's how and what it's always been. Maybe it's because, you know, maybe a guy had that one opportunity and that one time that he did open up, and it was used against him,
Well,
so yeah, I mean it happens. I mean, like, so I mean, I don't know, it could be a multitude of different things, but
wow.
this is not the way it is.
So you're 25, and we as parents, and I'm gonna say it because we're trying to get an insight of what it's like to be a 25-year-old Black man. We as parents feel like, and I'm gonna say this because my sons had everything given to them. Like, they didn't struggle like we struggle, which doesn't make your struggle any different than mine internally. But for us, we're the parents looking, and we're like, I worked, you didn't have to do this, you never missed a meal. We're missing something in your struggle. What is that? Because our struggle is, my mother didn't have money for, we didn't get no bike for our birthday. We didn't get birthday parties. And we feel like you got some nerve to even act like you got a struggle. How does that?
See, but I mean, it's different. It's different because I can say that I've been on both sides of the spectrum. It's been times where life was great, had everything, everything was taken care of. And there was definitely a time where, I was just wondering how the lights was still on. I really didn't know how, but I guess, see, it's like when you have everything and you're given everything, then it's like you don't really have nothing physical or materialistic to struggle with. You know what I mean?
Right.
Then it just becomes something different. Like, you might have everything materialistically, but there's a disconnect somewhere. And I mean, it could be different situations with, different families, but I ain't gonna say there's always, but there's definitely room for something else to be lacking. Like, you have everything, but you're not getting that communication or something. Because I tell you, when you don't have everything, that I mean, I know it did with us, but I mean, it could definitely, bring you together and make you stronger.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? So you're not getting that when you do have everything given to you. So, I mean, it could be something like that.
Wow. So
I mean, it's always a yin and yang to a situation.
right. So what are those missing pieces? If you could tell me as a parent, so my boys got everything. Like, you got the bike, you got the car, you got this, you got that, and you're still not satisfied, right? And I'm thinking, maybe, I don't know what it is. As a young man looking from the outside in it at my family, and I'm thinking, oh, you got this sense of entitlement and this, and they're still like, you're not understanding, Mom. What am I missing? Or what are other parents missing?
Well, I mean, you could look at it in the same light as all these rappers and celebrities that got everything, but yet they still not happy. You know what I mean? It's plenty of celebrities out there. I mean, you've seen the news. People out there got millions of dollars and they killing themselves.
Right.
I mean, you would think that somebody that has everything will be fine in life, will be happy in life, but there's still something missing. And I mean, as a parent, especially when you're giving your child everything, I think you gotta be careful and be cognizant of not replacing materialistic things with actual intangible things, with like love, like, you know what I mean? Don't substitute those materialistic things with, you know, being there, with, you know, communicating, with, you know, having a relationship. You know, it's not just, oh, I did this for you, I gave you all this, and that's it. You got everything. You know I love you. Like all that. Nah, like a child still has to feel that. Like, I mean, yeah, like us, I mean, I guess that's why they say money doesn't buy happiness. Because I mean,
wow.
what's $20,000 to somebody who has $1 million? That's $2. I mean,
Right.
that's nothing. So I mean, like, if you look at things on the scale of it, I mean, that $20,000 car that you bought your son when you're a millionaire don't mean jack.
Oh.
It doesn't mean anything, but those moments that you will spend with him, that's what will mean something, and that's what he'll remember for forever.
Wow. Man, I hope, listen, if you just tuned in, you're tuned into hashtag Coffee with T, and I'm T. And this is our Man Convo Monday from my series Men Hurt Too. And I'm here with Harry Brown, who is a 25-year-old millennial who was speaking from the perspective of a young Black man during crisis right now. And this is a really hard time for our young people because they have been shut down and we don't really think that it's affecting them. Let's talk a little bit about the killings that are going on. Like the young man that just got killed, I think he was going to be 26 years old. And he
Talking
was,
about Ahmaud?
yes. I just can't fathom you or my son, because, and us as parents, we're like, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. We're constantly telling, put your hands up when the police come. If anybody, this man was minding his business. How does it feel? Do you feel like a target?
I definitely do. Definitely feel like a target. Definitely feel like a target, man. This stuff is sick, man. It's absolutely sick, man. I don't even, you know, it's I don't want to call it depressing, but I mean, it's just so sad, man. Like, this stuff, I mean, everybody knows what's going on.
Right.
Everybody, you got to be a sick person to not understand what's going on. I'm going to tell you that right now, because this has been going on since 2013. The first one that we know of being Trayvon Martin.
Right.
They don't make sense. How is this still going on? It's 2020. This is 7 years. 7 years. Black men have been targeted and being killed and without justice, none whatsoever, and it's just getting worse and worse. I mean, it's gotten to a point where, you know, I just don't even want to see it. I just don't even want to see it.
Right.
I mean, it gets to a point where, you know, sometimes I just got to stay off social media because I just don't want to see it. I mean, we all know what's going on. We all know it's not right. And the fact that this stuff is still happening, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, it's just sick. I mean, it honestly makes me sick to the point where it truly affects my mood. So that's why I just try not to even see it, because it's just terrible. I mean, you talk about being a target. We are being a target. We are a target. We're definitely a target. I know there's been multiple times where I've been racially profiled.
Wow.
Racially profiled. Not only by, you know, other white people, but cops.
Right.
I mean, it was one time where I was literally driving in my neighborhood down the street with my brother in the car, and he had me at the time. He had little dreads, but you know, we got dreads. I mean, okay, whatever you look to look, but my brother's not like that. I mean, he's a great kid, good kid, got a full scholarship to go play at Minnesota. So I mean, he's not I mean, he doesn't get in trouble. Like, he's a good kid.
Right.
So we was just riding in my truck with the windows down, and literally a cop was just pulled over on the side of the road, and both of us looked dead at him, and then he just pulled out and pulled me over for what? Pulled out and pulled me over for what? And I'm like, that don't even make sense, yo. Like, what are you even pulling out for? Because at the time I had a truck, I had a Nissan Titan. I mean, like, I mean, there was just no reason for him to pull out. Like literally as soon as we drove by, I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
Right.
But I mean, we're definitely targets. And I mean, for what reason? I mean, I mean, if
How can we support you? How can we support our young Black men? Because, I mean, you are frustrated and we don't want anything to happen to you because it's frustrating for somebody to pull you over in a vehicle that you pay for and you're not doing anything and you're college educated and you work every day and you pay your bills and your brother has a scholarship and he's never been in trouble and my son works every day and my son is a big man, like a big man, but he's like a just giant teddy bear. He never been in trouble, wouldn't hurt a flea unless you did something to his mama, of course. And that's a whole problem. But
yeah.
how do we support you? Because you said, I'm not going to say it's depressing, but it's disturbing. So how do we support you in these times? Because this is a lot of mental anguish. When you go out to drive, how do you feel? Like,
Well, I feel like every time I go out, every time I drive, are they out today? I'm looking. I'll be looking. Are they out today?
right,
Like, they just be bored. Like, they just be out here bored, like, with nothing to do. And I mean, every time a cop get behind me, I'm like, here we go. Let's just see. Let me make sure I got my seatbelt strapped. I'm doing the speed limit, 2 hands on the wheel. Like, it's ridiculous, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, the stress level definitely increases as soon as you see one driving, because that's all they do. That's all they do. They just be looking. They just be looking for work. Like, this just don't make sense.
right. So how do we
So
support you? Do we encourage you to get therapy or we don't, I can't imagine just being a young Black man driving and even a Black man, but a young Black man, because our older men, they're kind of mentally, I'm not gonna say strong to expect, like, okay, if I die, I die. But they've kind of lived this life for a long time from back in the day to, the riots and all of that stuff like that. So they kind of mentally are okay. And I'm not saying okay with being racially profiled, but we need to know how to support you. Is it therapy? Is it talking about it? Because we know that, do you feel like you've been taught to just deal with it, with stuff?
no,
Okay.
nah. I mean, nah. I don't think I have been taught. I mean, it's basically just just get through it. That's it.
Right.
Just keep moving forward. That's it. I mean, how to support with that? I don't know. I mean, how can you support it? Because I mean, you're out there by yourself. I mean, it's not like you. I mean, unless you ride with people. I mean,
Wow.
but
Wow.
how can you support that? I mean, it's just something that just has to change.
Right.
I honestly, I don't even know how you could support that. I mean, of course, encouraging words are always helpful, but how far does that go? I
Right.
mean, that's just like telling somebody it's 90 degrees outside. All right, stay cool.
Wow. Wow. Woo.
It's raining outside. All right, don't get wet. I mean, like, you know what I mean?
Wow. Ooh wee. You are this,
Yeah.
this is very good. If you just tuned in, you're tuned into hashtag Coffee with T. I'm T. I'm here with Harry Brown, who's a 25-year-old Black male, educated male, millennial with a job, who's doing well in life. And we all have our issues and we all do stuff because I did some dumb stuff. We ain't gonna talk about that. Better for it now. So as a young Black man, is there pressure to please your father, or pressure, not pressure, but is there a need for you that you feel like I need to please my father?
I mean, I would say, yeah,
Right.
but I don't know if I would call it a need to please him.
Right.
You know, I would call it more along the lines of, I mean, yeah, please him. Of course, you want to please your parents,
Right.
but it's also, I want to be like and better.
Right.
You know, it's like he brought you into the world, and he's taught you half of the things or more than half of the things that you know. So of course you want to, repay him by, actually taking that stuff in, actually listening, actually applying it. And
Right.
I mean, I guess you could say that's pleasing. I mean, every teacher wants their student to learn, take it in, and be better from it. So, I mean, yeah, I think so.
Right. So you shared a post not too long ago, maybe last month or the month before, about some failures and some disappointments about a job. And it was a deep post for a young person to share, because we as people don't want to share those moments, those transparent moments that I went through this, I lost my job. This was you went through a bad season, right? Because everything's a season.
Mm-hmm.
Why was it important for you to share that, one, and why were you transparent about that?
Well, because I thought it was real important for me to share that because I know somebody needed to hear it. Somebody's gonna be able to use that, and it's gonna help them because, I mean, you look at me, and I mean, when it happened, I didn't even tell nobody. I
Right.
mean, of course, my family or whatever, but outside of that, I didn't even tell nobody. They let me go. They let me go Friday the 13th, December 13th. And as soon as it happened, I ain't tell nobody but my people.
Right.
And, at that point, it was messed up. It was flawed. Like, it was straight up flawed. Like, it was just basically just another situation, a black man in white America. I mean, let's just be real.
Yes.
Let's just be real. I mean, it was another situation, black man in white America. I did everything correct. I did everything great. I did everything. I mean, I was superb. I was the
Right.
best project engineer in that office. And they wanted to let me go for whatever reason. They literally didn't even give me a reason.
Right.
They literally didn't even give me a reason. And it was just so abrupt. I mean, it was so abrupt that nobody in the office had even known. Like, I talked to a couple people that still work there, and they're like, yeah, man. I was like, geez, man, I was so bummed to hear you go. Da 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 da. Man, that's messed up. Blah blah blah. Had they came to me, I would have told them that no, you're wrong about that. He does this, that, that. I mean, I was literally doing work for other people that
Wow.
I was, the anchor, like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And so, I mean, it was real messed up how they did it. But, as soon as it happened, I sat in that meeting with them and I told them that. I literally said that, this is just God showing me that my time here is done.
Right.
I've done everything that I could, and you guys have no more to offer me. So, and I told him that straight up. And I
Right.
told him I'll have another job before January is over with. I'm not
Mm.
worried about anything. I told him that. I told him that straight up. And time period, yes, it was very stressful.
Right.
Yes, it was right around Christmas. Yes, I was down. But I wasn't out. And
Mm.
in that time, it really sat me down so I could. I mean, I always listen to God, but I mean, especially now during that time, you're gonna be mind, body, and soul gonna be trying to hear what he got to say.
Mm.
And I mean, I'm thankful for it, I'm thankful for it because I sat and I prayed every day about, getting another job. And I prayed for three things. I said, I still wanted to be close to home
Yes.
because my previous job was like 10 minutes away from my house. I wanted to make more money. and I wanted to be in an industry that would allow me to branch out anywhere into the country. Now, and the thing about it that's so crazy, I literally got all three things
Hmm.
that I prayed for. And it's crazy because I had two other job offers or offers or opportunities that I didn't take before my last one that I actually took.
Right.
And the first one was it was less money, but it was in a field that I would be able to travel, and I mean it was still pretty close to my house. The second one, it was a little less money. I mean, it was about the same, but it actually no, it was actually a little more. It was just barely a barely more. And then but it was like dumb far. It was like I would be driving like 35, 45 minutes a day, maybe an hour depending on traffic, and
Right.
I can't deal with traffic. That just doesn't work with me. I'd be ready to get home. So I ended up they actually ended up I interviewed and then they actually ended up taking somebody else. Opportunity where I'm at now. It was crazy how it happened too because like I just applied to them on Indeed and I didn't hear anything for like 2 weeks and then I actually got an email like Tuesday. Now mind you, I remember I said that I told him I was gonna have another job before January is over with.
Yes.
So here it is. It's like literally the last week of January. It's literally the last week of January. Like, and so that Tuesday in the last week, I got an email from that company that I applied to. And mind you, I've applied to like over 30 companies easy. And so I got the email from them saying that they closed the position and that I mean, when you get an email that he's saying they closed the position, so I mean that's a wrap. So I mean, I was like, all right, whatever. You know, I guess it won't be them. And then the next day, I get a call, and of course I got caller ID, so I mean I knew exactly who was calling me. So I'm like, okay, I'm like, what are they calling me for? That's weird that they call me after they close the position. So
Right.
of course, pick up the phone. Hey man, you know we want to bring you in, we want to interview you, da 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 da. You know, interested and all that. Boom boom boom. Long story short, went in, interview went great. Um, and then he said he was gonna let me know something Friday or Monday. And long story short, I had a job the first week of February.
Wow.
They gave me the offer like that following Monday, and I started the next Monday. So I mean, you know, that's pretty close. That's pretty close
To January.
right, exactly. I mean, that's pretty close to being about January over. I mean, if you want to be technical, I mean, you know, whatever. But I mean, that was just such a trying time for me. I
Right.
mean, it was such a trying time for me. I mean, like I said, that was around Christmas time. You know, I had plans for Christmas. Of course, you want to get people stuff and all of that, but I wasn't able to because I had to save money for bills, and I have no extra. I mean,
Right.
if you really look back, the timing of it was just so perfect, and the way it happened. Like, if I had not started working that week, oh, I would have been up a creek. Like,
Right.
cause my first check came right on time. Like, it was crazy, man. It was absolutely crazy, and you know, I just gotta share stuff like that because people, like you said, you know, people are scared to be vulnerable and
Yeah.
scared to open up. But little do you don't know how you just help somebody else. You know, somebody sent me a message on Facebook, sent me a DM. You know, he was like, "Yo, man, I'm so thankful and I'm glad that you shared that because you know, I really needed that right now." And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many you reach, as long as you reach just one.
Hmm.
If one person can benefit from that, thanks,
Wow.
thank you. You know, I'm glad I could help. You know what I mean? And that was just something that you know I felt that you know a lot of people could benefit from, and
Your
because that's
wisdom at your age, your wisdom is a wonderful thing. And to have you on here and to share you with the world on your birthday at 25 years old is an amazing day for you and a time for me to break stereotypes. When we hear young, black, and and this is what I named as young black and dot dot dot. We think young black thug, pants hanging down, no job, on a corner with a bottle in your hand, smoking weed. Even though in life, 25-year-old, 20-year-olds go through smoking weed, drinking, experiment, and so do young white people, but we don't talk about that. So to have you here to say, I'm sitting here with an engineer that graduated at the top of his class, that got a full scholarship, that played football, that hasn't been in any trouble, that is not in jail, that does not have any babies at 25, is thriving in life on his own, is out here giving knowledge to other young men and sharing vulnerability. I just want to say thank you for sharing that and being what society says that Black men are not, which is educated, successful. So I want you to talk to, because our 30 minutes is up, unfortunately it goes so fast, but I want you to give a word to young Black men who are struggling right now.
You know, we all struggle.
Yes.
We all struggle. That's what life is. Life is a struggle. Life, I mean, let's just be real. Life is a struggle. I mean, it's always going to be a point in time where, life is just like a stock. I mean, it's going to be up and down.
Right.
It's going to be up and down. And the thing about the struggle, though, that's what makes you better.
Woo!
That's what makes you better. I mean, we all need it. We all need it. If we never struggled, then we wouldn't be as strong as we are.
Wow.
You know, that's where you get your strength. You know, when you're on that bench and that weight get, you know, a little heavy and, you know, your arms get to shaking. See, but that's where you're breaking that down and that's where you're building yourself back up until you get to a point where you're strong enough to handle anything.
Wow.
I mean, that's just what it is. That's just what it is. I mean, struggling takes away weakness and builds strength. I mean, the people that, you could look at people and you could tell that they've never struggled. And you could tell how they crumble under little circumstances.
Wow.
We see struggle as a bad thing. No, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. I like to be hurt. I like to struggle. I ain't gonna say I like it, but I appreciate it. Let me say that.
Right.
I appreciate the hurt. I appreciate the struggle because that's the way that I'm not gonna struggle again. That's the way that I'm not gonna be hurt again. People gotta, like, you change your perspective and your mindset on things, and it'll change your whole life.
Oh.
I'm thankful for, you know, the car issues that I've had. Had car issues with my truck. Had car issues with this and that. I'm thankful for it because all it's doing is just gonna make me stronger. All I'm doing is just learning the way that I'm not gonna struggle again. I mean, and then it's just gonna get to a point where I'm just unbeatable. I'm just gonna get to a point where I'm just unbeatable. So I just want to say appreciate the struggle. You know, take a step back and look at the big picture. Take a step back and look at the big picture because there's a lesson in everything.
Oh.
There's definitely a lesson in everything. And if you could take a step back, don't look at it for, you know, straight black and white checkers. Nah. Take a step back and look at the whole board like it's chess.
Wow.
See, you might lose that pawn right then, but that might give you room for your rook to jump or your bishop to jump or your queen to take over. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I just always try to look at the big picture of things and know that this struggle is not gonna last. I mean, just like that was the biggest struggle of my life. It gets real when you're an adult and it's all on you now. It's real. I mean, that was the biggest struggle of my life. You think, you know, them high school, you know, college issues is a struggle, but nah, real life, that's real life. I had bills, I had stuff to pay for. I had things I wanted to do. Um, excuse me. And that was the biggest struggle of my life. And even then, I knew that it wasn't gonna last. I knew that it was just a season. It don't rain forever.
Mm,
It don't rain forever. I mean, yeah. And now look at the sun shining bright for me. You
yes.
know. So I mean, and that was, man, that was a December, January. That was a 2 month struggle. And
Mm,
look how fast it's over with. It's done. Like that was the hardest thing. I mean, one of the hardest things I went through in my life, and it was only 2 months.
wow.
2 months out of my 25 years of life. Like, you see what I'm saying? So it ain't gonna last forever. I'll just say, you just gotta keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. You can't give up on life. That's what life is about. Life is literally just about moving forward. That's it. So that's about it, man.
Listen, what's next for Harry Brown? I'm interested in knowing that.
What's next?
Yes.
Multiple streams of income.
Okay. Yeah.
Multiple streams of income. That's definitely it. That's definitely where I'm at. You know, and I ain't gonna lie. Rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't really. I mean, of course, I heard of him, listened to him a little bit, but I ain't really listened to him until after he died.
Right.
But off his last album, he got a song that say, "Make $1 million while you young," and that just really opened my mind up. Like,
Mm,
right, you right. I got to touch that while I'm young. Why would I wait till I'm 40, 50, 60, 70 to see $1 million?
ooh,
I mean, it's here. I mean, and it's here. This money is out here, man. This money is out here. And, the thing that they don't want to tell you is, I mean, let's just be real. White folks is getting it.
yes.
White people know money. They do. And they getting it while they young. They getting it while they young. That's facts. So, I mean, why can't I? You
Mm,
know, that's just it. So I'm definitely working on some things. And, I'm also blessed to have a great circle of, family and friends, to bounce ideas off of and, be productive and just talk about money. See, that's
yes.
the thing. Like, we don't even really be talking about money. We talk about girls. We talk about going out to the club. We talk about smoking. That's what we talk about. No, we need to start talking about money. That's what we need to talk about. But
Money. Yes.
facts. I mean, just the sheer talking about it, that is just gonna, put that energy out there. You know what I mean? Like once you start talking about it, you start seeing doors open. It's facts. The law of attraction is real. I mean,
Yes.
and it says that in the Bible. I mean, it talks about that what you speak on. What
Mm,
you speak on is very important. And I'm speaking all positivity, and I'm speaking about money
yes.
because that's the only way you free. That's the only way you really free in this world is if you got money.
Mm,
So that's what I'm trying to work towards. I just want to be free.
I know that's right. Harry, listen, my young brother. I can't believe I got a son 25. Sometimes I'm like, we was talking about that earlier. Like you 25 and I'm 50. And I was like, I know you looking like I'm 25. Oh my goodness. Listen, like I said to you earlier in our pre-talk, I remember when my mother was 50 and I thought my mother was old. I was like, my mother 50, my mama old. Remember you saw 25-year-olds and you were like, oh, they old. So God
Yeah,
bless you
yeah.
on your birthday. Happy birthday. Thank you so much for sharing your insight about how it is to be a young Black man in America and just how you're surviving and how you're coping and just being able to give wisdom to other young men. I'm really, really proud of you. Like, just your bio. I was just like, wow, like, that's my man. I'm proud of you. Like, so serious because we focus on so much negativity. Like we will blast and share on Facebook. This is negative. Hit Black men this and Black men that, and Black men don't do this. And these young boys is out here running around and they killing and robbing, and some of them are. But like you said, they are victim of their circumstances, of their environment. I'm glad I get to highlight you, a 25-year-old engineer that's making his way through life on a positive note. And I hope that God blesses you more than you could ever think or imagine just for sharing this time with us today. You know what I'm
I
saying?
appreciate it. Yep.
Do like, because you didn't have to come on here and be transparent. This is not easy. It's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's she gonna ask me? You
Yeah, good thing. Good thing I had a slight idea.
Yes, last thing I want to ask you to do really quickly is just to, what would you, just from your bio and your success, because you're a success story already, what would you like to say to your parents?
I was just say to my parents, thank you. You know, definitely I wouldn't be where I'm at without both of them, you know. My dad was the structural leader and my mom was the spiritual leader, and they're both equally important. I
Wow.
mean, you might even say the spiritual is more important than the structural because, you know, without God, you got nothing. And
Mm,
I definitely had to lean on him multiple times. I mean, trust me, everybody see where I'm at now, but they didn't see what it took to get there. You
woo,
know, I spent a lot of hours out there in the field grinding when people ain't even see it. I wasn't posting my workouts, but people
right.
saw the result. You know, I was out there, you know, in college. And man, you know how hard that was. You know, people don't even understand how hard it was
Mm,
to take engineering classes at a school that's strenuous and to pass and
yeah.
to do football at the same time. Like, yo, man, I mean, honestly, it gave me PTSD. Like, I don't even like thinking about them classes, man. Like,
Right.
straight up, man. It was plenty of times where I had to pull all-nighters, man, freaking studying for a test and trying to pull grades out, like pulling a rabbit out of a hat at the end, man. It was definitely times where I swear to you, I literally had no idea if I was gonna make it, and it was just all God. So to God
Mm,
be the glory. I appreciate it, man, because I swear to you, I was just at one point I was just putting one foot in front of the other and hoping I step on something because
mm.
it was tough. It was definitely tough, but you know, I'm here now. So thank you, mom and dad, for my life and for bringing me in this world. And thank you for your guidance and always being here and still, you know, being here and you know, guiding me when I need.
Wow. Thank you so much. If you just tuned in, you're tuned into hashtag Coffee with T, and I'm T. And this is our series Men Hurt Too, where we have a conversation with a intelligent Black man every Monday. And I just thank Harry for being here with us today and sharing his knowledge and sharing his struggles and how he overcame, because we just see so much negativity that sometimes we just need to see the lights. And I don't believe that there's any bad Black men. I believe there's good in all of us. I just believe that our environments and our circumstances sometimes illuminate the negativity instead of the positivity, because sometimes when all you have around you is negativity, that's all you can grasp onto. So we have brothers like Harry and different guys to come on here so that other brothers can watch this and say, I got this, I could do this. So I thank y'all for tuning in. Remember what I tell you at the end of all my broadcasts: you deserve the best. Yes, I'm talking to you. You deserve the best. Now go get it. And remember Psalm 147:3. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Psalm 147:3. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. I'll see y'all Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Coffee with Tea. And that's me. Peace and blessings. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Harry.
Yep, thank you.
See you soon.
All right, I'll see you.